Arshia from VVIT, currently pursuing a BTech degree in Computer Science and Engineering. In this pandemic, most of us will be stuck in choosing what kind of resources to learn to showcase our skills. But I'm thankful to my college and L4G solutions that they have provided us free online resources to learn through Coursera. This program has helped me a lot to gain a lot of knowledge and earn certifications which have been provided by international universities. Uh, I think it is a good kickstart for me to learn a new skill. I'm glad to share the courses I have learned. Stay safe and
Hey there, welcome to the Coursera's response program for VVIT by L4G. So, through this platform, I thought why not I could learn a new skill so that I could showcase in my resume or in an interview. So, I thought of coming up to learn with web design for everybody. Front-end developer is responsible for implementing visual elements that users see and interact with in a web application. So, front-end developers generally deal with the client-side applications. So, front-end is a combination of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So, HTML is for your structure and layout, CSS is for your design and creativity, JS or jQuery is for your application's interactive behavior and responsiveness to the user. Coming to Introduction to HTML5 offered by the University of Michigan, this course takes not even less than 10 hours to complete it. Here we talk about the various large kind of HTML tags and emerging of HTML versions, the DOM structure, and whatnot. Getting a particular knowledge about the various tags that I've learned, we will be having an assignment. So this assignment which I have done is something like this. In this, I have come to know various kind of tags like see, if you can see, there is an there are parts like header tag, section tag, and footer tag. The main part of HTML is a head tag and a body tag. So in the head tag, you'll be having all the meta tags, title tag, and the link tags. In the body tags, you will be encountering this header tag where there is my name Arshia Muhammad, which is a header and it is in H1 tag. And there comes a nav tag. In this nav tag, you used to store some links. Then section tags. Section tags are a part of your document, and they are divided into different sections. So as you can see, all these are different kinds of sections. Favorite foods, achievements, more about me, all that. And all what you are seeing here is an URL tag, another list. It consists of a list of items. And next, I have encountered a new tag as a progress bar. So what you're seeing here is a progress bar. It is a progress tag. And you can see a footer tag. You can see more about my childhood, which is a summary tag. So this is a footer. I have used Visual Studio Code Editor to write and execute the code of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So here, as seen in the previous website, the HTML tags I have actually written in this and saved and run through this code editor. After creating a basic website skeleton, we get started with CSS, the cascading style sheets. No one wants their website look uglier or dirty. So CSS is the responsible for visual part. It allows us to specify elements how to look. It defines the sizes, colors, backgrounds, and many more. So in this course, we can know the advanced styling of the links, anything, the pseudo classes, the internal, external linking of the CSS. Have a look here. The previous HTML doesn't have this external link of CSS. Now we have added an external link which consists of some stylings which are made to this HTML. So let's go and look. So here we have certain CSS blocks of stylings which have done to the each tag of the page. When we just run this, let's see what happens. Yes, so this is the final outcome of the page we have just created. If you now delink the CSS link, what just happens is it would be like this, just the skeleton structure. Now as I have applied some CSS style, you can just see something like this. Here what we basically have done is we added a background color and set a margin to 2% from from all the directions, top, left, bottom, everything. And the font size we have given is 150%. Here we can see now the header and footer are having a background color of, we can background colors can be given with hex number, or you can just give a red names like red, blue, green, etc. And I have given a gradient color here for background. These are normal colors, and the nav, see this is a nav tag. Now by applying some CSS, I can see when I have come upon this button, or when I'm just having the cursor on it, it's changing its color background to blue color. How is it done? It is done with hover tag. A is the usual ref tag, anchor tag. And what is this focus? When we just hover, it is just showing this blue color, and when we click, it is having this border changed. So it is done as like this. Active is like when we click it, it just changes the color. Focus is like when we click, it shows the focus of this button. So this course helped me to make my website a way cooler than how it was before in HTML. So in this task, so you have seen the same links which are not designed and not so cool, but here there are, through this CSS we made them look very cool. So here we can see a table created here, and it is way more different from the usual table you will see. So all this we can add images and give a bordering to the images. We can give a background to them, and here we can give a background picture. I have used Visual Studio Code Editor to write and execute the code of HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So here, as seen in the previous website, the HTML tags I have actually written in this and saved and run through this. So the HTML code I have written for the website is, it basically has the header, main tag and the section tags, and there is a aside tag. So this is a normal skeletal structure. What if you add the CSS? So CSS can be added in three ways: the inline, which you are like, you can add like a class like here, or internal, which you can have a style tag here, or an external, which you provide as a link. So when you check out the CSS, you will be having by the class names, through the class names you can style every tag. By basically giving each tag a class name, you can style those tags. So we can give a padding, background colors, background size, margins, whatnot. And you can give a background as a, not just a background color, you can give the gradient colors also, which makes a which looks way cooler than normal colors. So this is the typical structure of CSS, how it looks. So after building a few basic layouts, the next step you have to do is to learn JavaScript. JavaScript helps you to have the interaction with the user. This is much more similar with the languages you have learned like C or C++. So here we can see the same syntaxes we see in C, C++, like arrays, iteration, flow of control, all the if. In week 1, I have come across various variables, how to declare a variable, data types, operators, and expressions. In previous websites or layouts, we have just created a skeletal buttons and links. But what actually happens when we click those buttons? We can add some interactivity, like when we press a button, we can increase a counter or we can display a message, etc. Same as CSS, to write a JavaScript code, you can do it in two ways, either internal or external. Through internal, you can embed through the script tags in the head tag or in a body tag. You can write externally as you have to save the code in .js file and link through your index.html page. In this, we are going to see the data types. Here we have a float data type, a string data type, a boolean, object, and an array. To initialize a variable, you will have a var. You can initialize with var, let, const. Const is something which cannot be changed. So here we have these different types of variables and their data types. This is a very simple example of how to use an array. So first, when we come to the body section, we have given a button here. Now you want to make your button interactive, so just add an onClick function, and the name of the onClick function is my function. Here, how this is activated, you will need to have a script tag and the code in it. So this my function, it will be checked here. First, we have defined a variable fruits, which is an array with some data as apple, mango, so on. And then load fruits. What does this do? It takes id fruits. Here we have given a paragraph tag with id fruits. Here it gets the id here, and it here in the inner HTML we have given nothing. So in that HTML tag, it just fills up with the fruits which will be added into this array. So initially we have added apple, mango, guava, and grapes, so those will be appeared in our HTML page when we run. So what is this the code actually doing is it adds your favorite fruit when you just type in the prompt. How is that prompt created? It is just this prompt. Using this prompt, we can just create a prompt, so it tells you to which fruit you would like to add, and then it adds into the array. Then after adding to the array, you have to get it. So how do we do it? It is through the inner HTML tag. You just put it, take the id of fruits and put it in the paragraph tag. When we run this JavaScript code that we have written to add our favorite fruit, just click on this add on your favorite fruit. So now it prompts for your fruit to be added. So if we give a peach and click OK, now your peach item is being added into the. So going ahead and looking towards another example of JavaScript code, where are you? We have used some new example with form tags. Forms are nothing but you can have labels, inputs in it, a type of email, passwords, or submit buttons. A form is nothing but a registering for the registration forms, anything. So when you just have a looking and by running this code, you will be shown up like this. So what this actually means is This JavaScript code is needed to enable the autocomplete on this form. So whenever the checkbox is checked, the code should automatically copy the values from the shipping name and shipping zip, that is here, the name and the zip code that we give here, into the billing name and billing zip, that is here. The name automatically give here and some code, and when I check this box, it automatically should reflect into the billing information. So in this way, how did we do this? By using JavaScript. So a field set tag is nothing but which adds this shipping information bordered in with that input inside it. So it's just the border with the shipping information, and the legend is the type of information which it used to place in the field set. Label is nothing but the text. Input is the kind of text you want to take, or you can have type as email, or you can type as password, anything. So right now the input is just text, as I am taking only the text into this. If it is a password, let's see how does it happen. So when I type a password, sorry, I just didn't refresh it. So yeah, when there is a password, then we will see this hidden information through dots. So I'm simply keeping it to text, and this required is something the input field should be not left empty. So the shipping zip is I'm giving some pattern here. What does it mean? Actually is the number should be in between 0 to 9, and only 5 letters are needed, and that means zip code should be containing only 5. So here there is another billing information, and there is a button called verify. So what happens now, our main goal is when we check the checkbox, the information should be fetched from there and it should be retrieved in the billing information. So what I have actually written in the JS. So when we come this billing function, what this billing function is given, where did we give it is, yeah, we have given it here on the checkbox. Near the checkbox, we have given an on change as billing function. On change is a method like on click. So get element by id is nothing but you have to check in the HTML page, HTML code, and you should get element by id, which id has shipping name or shipping zip. It just gets and stores in the variable x, and if that checkbox is checked, then what happens is you have to get the billing name, the values. What is a value? Value is nothing but the information that you're typing in the check input box. So the values are retrieved and they are being stored in it, in billing name or billing zip id input box. As you can see, there is a verify button down here. So what it actually does, let's just check out by running it. Yeah, we shall again fill out the form, and when you check the box, then it should retrieve all the information from shipping and place it in the billing. Yeah, it did. So verify what it does. Yeah, it just gave a alert as thank you Arshia. So let's just me okay. So what it actually did is, let's go back to Visual Studio. So and JavaScript code. So this content here, what it is, add event listener. It responds to an event which is being happening. So first argument here we took is content loaded. DOM content loaded is nothing but the structure of HTML. When all the HTML tags are being loaded, you have to perform a function. What is it? Here we have a query selector. Is nothing but the similar to get element by id, but in get element by id we don't use any hash, but here we use a hash of the id, and then we are performing on submit function on this. Here we take a variable name, and this name we store the value of the billing input box by using the query selector. So after storing the value of that in a name variable, we just access that variable using dollar. So it just given we just give an alert thank you and the name whatever we type there in the input box. I think there is no end for us to learn as a computer science engineer. The itch to learn will never stop. So I feel I have learned. It's very good that I have learned something new skill, not wasting my time in this situation, which helps me a lot in my future. Thanks to our college and the L4G solutions for providing us such a good platform to learn. Thank you.